I found it really indicative of the times that we're in that the Microsoft CEO, right off the bat, starting with their quarterly conference call with Wall Street analysts, started talking about artificial intelligence and the benefits they're seeing from their investments in artificial intelligence. That's because many stock market investors are concerned with these large tech companies like Microsoft and how much money they're spending on developing their artificial intelligence capabilities. So, I wanted to share with you some of the details that the CEO of Microsoft shared with investors in the conference call with Wall Street analysts.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
So, Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, right off the bat here, in the first sentence of the conference call, starts talking about artificial intelligence, saying that their Microsoft Cloud, which surpassed 39 billion in revenue in the latest quarter, was up 22% year over year, driven by the AI transformation. Their AI business, he notes, is on track to surpass annual revenue run rate of $10 billion next quarter, which will make it the fastest business in our history to reach this milestone. I think the CEO here is going out of his way to reassure investors that these AI investments are going to bear fruit. They're going to bring back sufficient return on the investments. Many investors and shareholders are concerned that Microsoft is spending too much money too quickly on artificial intelligence. They would prefer a more incremental pace of investment. But the demand that companies like Microsoft is seeing supports this accelerated investment. Microsoft goes on to say later on in this conference call that even though their revenue is soaring here in this segment, they still have more demand than they have capacity to fulfill. So demand is still in excess of supply, which supports continued investments in this category. He goes on to say that they now have data centers in over 60 regions around the world. And this quarter, they announced new infrastructure, AI infrastructure, in Brazil, Italy, Mexico, and Sweden as they expand their capacity in line with long term demand signals. This is key here, long term demand signals. The demand that they're noticing from customers, it's not just a one off, hey, Microsoft, let us buy some AI infrastructure capacity for the next 3 months. That's not what they're seeing. They're seeing their customers, some of their largest customers, signing 5, 7, even 10-year agreements to consume AI services for the long run. And so Microsoft feels comfortable investing in artificial intelligence capacity because that's the kind of response they're seeing from their customers. And so they are building out next generation AI infrastructure, innovating across the full stack to optimize for AI workloads. And they have some of the latest GPUs from AMD and NVIDIA. In fact, they were the first cloud to bring up NVIDIA's Blackwell system with GB200 powered AI servers. So, this is the latest generation technology from NVIDIA that many of the biggest and most powerful companies in the world are trying to get their hands on. Microsoft, being one of those biggest customers of NVIDIA, undoubtedly receives priority treatment from NVIDIA, and they've got the system up already, and they are the first to bring up this system. So if you're a customer and you're looking for access to NVIDIA's Blackwell system, Microsoft was the first one to bring it to you, to make it available to you. And so, of course, businesses are interested in that because of the increased performance, both in terms of peak performance and total cost of ownership when you're trying to develop a large language model or inferencing a large language model or whatever your AI use case might be. Microsoft is also utilizing AI in the GitHub Copilot workspace, which is a developer environment leveraging agents from start to finish, so developers can go from spec to plan to code all in natural language. This makes each developer more productive because they can work in natural language, thereby speeding up their process and making them more productive. They can get more done in a day, more done in a week, and in a month. And of course, they're going to be interested in utilizing this technology. So in Microsoft 365, which is their productivity suite, which includes Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, etc., the responses are now 2 times faster and improved response quality by nearly 3x, making the Microsoft 365 productivity suite that much more attractive to customers and incrementally adding average revenue per user in this segment. And you could see it in the results. The number of people who use Microsoft 365 Copilot daily more than doubled quarter over quarter. Doubled quarter over quarter. So these are phenomenal growth numbers for a company the size of Microsoft. So you can begin to understand the reasons why they're investing so much here. And now, as of this report, the company said that nearly 70% of Fortune 500 companies use Microsoft 365 Copilot, and customers continue to adopt it at a faster rate than any other new Microsoft 365 suite. So the rate of adoption is faster than any other previous Microsoft 365 suite. And that's why Microsoft is investing so much in artificial intelligence. They're seeing this demand from customers. They're seeing usage increase. They're seeing long-term contracts. They're seeing demand in excess of their supply. And they see the long-run tailwind only accelerating. They don't see this as a one-off thing that's going to come back down because of all the reasons, the fundamental reasons that support this technology: the increased productivity from each worker, the decrease in cost, the increase in effectiveness. And so Microsoft will continue, and they stated that they will continue. In fact, they said the next quarter they're going to spend more on artificial intelligence than they did in this quarter because of the demand they're seeing. And that might have spooked a few investors that are concerned that this is way too much too quickly for Microsoft and the other large tech companies. And it is. I'm not saying it's not risky. It is increasing risk for sure, because it's a lot of investment and it's concentrated in a short period of time with several companies doing it simultaneously. So there's a risk of overinvestment, to be sure. But the signals that we're getting back from the market, the demand for these services, are so strong that it's even riskier not to make these investments, to let your competitor take those customers, to let your competitor make those investments and have the capacity. So all in all, I think this is reasonable, and I think Microsoft is prudent, and I think it's one of the better AI companies to consider right now. Thank you for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. I know there's a lot you could be doing with your time and a lot of other videos you could be watching. So I truly appreciate that you chose to watch this one. If you want to see more videos just like this, hit the subscribe or the like button. They'll both help me make more videos just like this one. Thank you again.